Nah, just a little bit singed. Totally. Everything's wonderful. I didn't have the energy to answer them. I looked at the TV footage on the screen, the TV screen. The reporter was wearing a bulletproof vest and hard hat. He was screaming at the top of his lungs, trying to drown out the reporters from the other stations. And then a stray shot from an anti-material rifle fired by a special forces team from some country or another struck the news van's engine and blew it up. Why would you shoot the... Why? An SDF force forced his way onto the screen and yelled at the media to run away. Just under that, I heard another explosion. The video was cut off. Did they take a direct hit? I mean, the video wouldn't, like, literally turn off. It'd just be a bunch of static. Everyone fell silent. You don't fucking say. If they went back to the past, something would have changed. Dara stormed up to me, infuriated. The tears I tried so hard to hold back came pouring out. Dara fell to his knees. Ferris and Maho were staring at me, eyes wide in shock. Dara slammed his fist into the floor. I tried to wipe away my tears and realized I was holding something in my right hand. It was the cell phone that Mayuri had given me. She'd told me to read the message on it. It wasn't locked. I opened the mail folder. There were several unsent messages addressed to her friends and family. One of them was addressed to me. Was this what she wanted me to read? She wanted you to read Yuki's. What? With shaking fingers, I tapped the screen to open the message. Oh my god.
Yuki  でも、これは 私 は すずさんと一緒に過去へ行ってきます。なんでっておかりんに引き止められると迷っちゃいそうだからメールにしました。私はすずさんと一緒に過去へ行ってきます。なんでっておかりんは怒るかもしれないね。でも、これは 私 は すずさんと一緒に過去へ行ってきます。 私がやらなきゃいけないことなの。だってあの時私の彦星様を、どんなに苦しい時でもいつも立ち上がって高笑いをあげてた強い強い彦星様を私ね、勘違いしてた。みんなは未来をオカリン一人に押し付けようなんて。オカリンの周りにはダルくんがいて、すずさんもいて、デカくんもいて、フェリスちゃんもいて、ユキさんもいて、それに真帆さんも加わった。
Well, I would like Yuki, but apparently she just doesn't exist here in this timeline. She's somewhere in Europe.
だから
I wouldn't mind to help her though.
私の出番。だってこれ
Get
は
her help.
ラボメンナンバー002の初めての大きな任務なんだから。オカリンはきっと心配すると思うけど、それにもしも何かあったとしても必ず助けに来てくれるって信じてるから。私の大好きな法院京馬が新しく作ったタイムマシンに乗って必ず。だから私は行ってきます。必ず戻ります。オカリンのところへ戻ってきます。少しだけ待っててね。私は法院京馬のことが好き。でもね、岡部倫太郎のことはもっと好きだよ。
お前忘れてるだろ。お前は俺の人質なんだぞ。いなくなったら人質にならないじゃないか。何かあったら助けに来いだと。人質のくせに生意気だろ。狂気のマッドサイエンティストがお前なんかのために。お前なんかのために。お前はバカだ。でももっとバカだったのはこの俺だ。
My heart was in pain. It hurt so much. It was just like after I'd killed Kurisu. Maybe I'd be better off if I just fell over and died. I would do anything to be released from this pain. But in the corner of my tear-blurred vision, I saw it. Hoenn Kyo must find a weapon, his last hope. No, it was the thing that had brought me so many nightmares. Thank God we built this time leap machine. I staggered to the development room and threw off the cardboard that was covering it. There it was. The phone wave name subject to change, Unit 02. The thing that Maruho and Daru had been working on behind my back. If I could complete this. I turned around, wiped my tears, and saw my friends looking depressed in the middle of the darkened
お
room.
前たちタイムリープマシンの作り方がわからないと言った。
Thank God I do.
俺の言う通りにしてくれるか。クリスの導き出した回を。それでタイムリープマシンは起動する。
Maho said the one thing she didn't know was how to compress the memory data, which means that everything else was finished, and I knew how to complete it. Daru was the first to nod.
やるよ。教えてくれオカリン。
私も手伝うわ。決まりだにゃ。
All three responded with no hesitation. They turned toward me and spoke their answers clearly.
よしダルセルンにハッキングをかけてくれ LHC を遠隔操作するそこで記憶データを36バイトまで小さくするそれなら過去へ転送できる
たったの36バイト
You could tell she was a scientist by the way her face went pale at the number.
けどさ、なんか動作が不安定で、こいつただの電子レンジになっちゃう時があって。
Ah, it's fine. My brain will turn into nothing at that point.
ブラウン管工房の42型ブラウン管
Yeah, that too.
それが点灯している時に電話レンジカッコ仮は機能を発揮する
ブラウン管あ、そうか
Just the word CRT were enough for her to figure it out. The life was coming back in their eyes.
完成させられるかもでも完成したとしていきなり使うつもり何の実証もせずに人体実験まがいのことをするなんて
自分の作ったものに
でも
I mean, Okabe knows how it works, so I mean...
別の世界線でクリスはやってみせたぞ
それはクリスだからよ
アットチャンネルに書かれたクリスのメッセージ
Lastly, I'd like you to pass a message to the person I respect the most. I always regard myself as an essentially ordinary intellect, and were always the person I wanted to be. You were the real Amadeus. Tell her that.
クリスにあそこまで言わせたんだ
逃げたりなんかしないわよ
I nodded back and smoothed back my hair, which had been mussed by the explosion.
ヒョウマこれ
Ferris brought me my white lab coat, which had been hanging for ages on the wall in the development room. I bit down on my lip and wiped away the tears one more time. Thank you, Ferris, for giving me this. I took the lab coat and slipped my arms through the sleeves. I spun around it so that the hem of the coat flew up, and stood triumphantly in the center of the lab, just as I used to. And then I declared in a loud voice.
これより電話レンジカッコ仮2号機を完成させタイムリープを行う今度こそ俺は絶対に諦めない
I looked at Daru and Ferris and finally at Maho.
何回何十回何百回ダメだったとしても何千回何万回何億回と挑んで何もかも全て救ってみせる鈴葉もマユリもそしてクリスもだこれはその最初の一歩となる
My boy is back! For the first time in a year, I was back to my old self. My friends saw me and nodded, their faces filled with resolve. It took almost 2 full days to finish work on the phone wave. Meanwhile, the chaos in Akihabara continued, and it wasn't safe to go outside. Working on the time leap machine while knowing that the battles might reach us at any minute, or that the Special Forces team might bust in at any moment, was a hard job that wore on our nerves. But still, we managed to finish the time machine somehow. I jumped. Yeah, start working on it immediately. Where am I? The next thing I knew, I was standing in the middle of an Akihabara alleyway. Oh, when I was looking for Mayuri in them. I was holding a cell phone in my hand. I had a nasty headache, and there was a stinging pain in my neck. I felt a pain on one side of my head like a migraine headache, and the left side of my face hurt really bad. My vision flashed with dark and bright spots. I took a look around. The alleyway was still peaceful. I heard no gunshots and no explosions. The otaku were enjoying their shopping, and girls in maid outfits were calling out to passers-by. That alone was enough to tell me for sure that the time leap was a success. I looked at the time on my smartphone. July 7th, 5:45 p.m. I had around 40 to 50 minutes before the war began. That still wasn't enough, but the 48-hour limit of the time leap machine meant this was as far as I could go. No point in getting negative. No, if you tell Maho now how to work it, that gives you an extra hour. So technically you'll be able to go back even an hour, and you just keep doing that over and over and over again. If the machine had been finished just a little later, it would have been too late. I should be glad that to have made it here at all. I knew what I'd been doing this whole time. I was running around Akihabara looking for Mayuri. First, I needed to call Maho. Calling Maho. Thank you. He is actually going to do that because it gives you an hour extra. Don't watch the news. Just work on Time Machine.
もしもし、
And Time
見つか
Late
った
Machine.
いやだが場所は分かった。急いでラボに戻ってきてくれ。
I hung up before she could answer and went back to the lab myself. She was already there by the time I
マユ
arrived.
リさん見つかったのよね。迎えに行かなくていいの？
Focus. Doro was acting a little weird, probably because he just hit me.
ヒアジョさん、よくやってくれた。
はい？
I grabbed both her hands and shook them. Both Maho and Daro seemed confused as to what was going
俺
on.
は48時間後の未来からタイムリープしてきたんだ。
マジ？
完成させたの？最低でもあと48時間以内に？
ああ、
一体どうやって？
説明は後だ。
No, don't explain later.
いいか、時間がない。よく聞いてくれ。
Unless you're just gonna tell
何
her
人
how
もの
to do
命
it.
がかかってる。
I'd gone over the mission many times while waiting for work on the phone wave to finish. I thought of everything to say.
すぐにアマデウスにアクセスしてクリスと魔法をバックアップごと全部消去し、レース記念はあれを平和利用するつもりなんてない。
何を？そんなめちゃくちゃな。
タイムリープしてきたって言っただろう。あと1時間もしないうちに秋葉原が戦場になるんだ。それが第3次世界大戦の始まりになる。阻止しないと鈴葉もマユリも死ぬ。
Maho and Daru went pale when they heard
マ
that.
ジ？え？マジ？
No, I'm just fucking with you.
だから俺の言う通りにしてほしい。
データにはアクセスできるけど、外部からいじるには教授の持っている管理者権限が必要よ。
そこから先はダルの仕事だ。クラックしてデータを完全破壊しろ。
I'm sorry, but I'd rather you guys be working on the time leap machine because then it's still like 40 minutes extra time we have, and we just keep doing that over and over and over again until we can leap farther back in time.
オキドキ！任せろ！
And then we can like eventually build up a whole day. Daru started typing at incredible speed. His daughter's life was on the line. Maho stood next to him and typed in her ID and password to begin accessing
俺
on
は
the
ラジ
dais.
カンへ行く。ここは任せたぞ。
オカリン！鈴葉を頼む！
I'd plan on it.
はあ、任せろ。
Daru didn't even look up from his computer.
鈴葉、マユリ。
When I made it to the top of Radicon, Mayuri quickly ducked behind the time machine.
おかわり。
Mayuri was trying not to look at me. Her eyes were a little red because she'd been crying so much. She'd heard me talking about Karisu's sacrifice in the Alpha World line. My heart ached again, realizing how much I'd hurt her.
マユリ、タイムマシンで過去へ戻るつもりか。
どうして？
Get in the damn machine already.
俺は48時間後からタイムリー
Get
プし
out
て
of
きた。
here before rockets show up.
全部知ってる。
それ本当？
I
ここはあと
nodded.
30分もしないうちに戦場になる。
まさかタイムマシンのことがどこかから漏れるの？
Yeah, take a guess.
あ、
まずい。だったら今すぐに飛ぶしかない。
Suzawa left into the time machine.
いや、ちょっとだけ待ってくれ。なるほど、ヒアジョさん
Oh.
が今先手を打っているところだ。優秀な二人だ。必ずうまくいくだろう。でも、もし仮に思い通りにいかなかったら。
行かなかったらかもしれないってどういう意味？オカリンおじさんがタイムリープする前の世界で
Well, the machine
私た
blew
ちは
up.
どうなったの？というかおじさんがタイムリープしてきたってことは何か致命的な失敗があった？
You could describe it as a
そうなんだね。
failure. I didn't know if I should tell them. No, there was no time to hesitate.
鈴葉とマユリが乗っていたタイムマシンは時間跳躍直前に ロケットランチャーの直撃を受けた。でも乗っていたお前たち2人の死体はマシーンの残骸の中からは。
なるほど。だからかもしれないか。それなら未来は確定してない。まだ成功の可能性は残されてる。
鈴葉ならそう言うと思った。
止めないでよ、おじさん。
Her eyes were filled with resolve. They seemed to say that if I tried to stop her, she'd do whatever it took to ensure I failed. Of course, I had no intention of stopping her. She'd come here to do her job, and there was no way to change her mind. Actually, I'd come here to ensure that she could jump without having to worry about Strapfer's interference. But Mayuri, the uncertainty that had been going in and out of my mind ever since I'd read her message, reared its head again.
なあ、マユリ、本当に行ってしまうのか。
Can I get in the time machine and go back?
お前に隠し事をしていたのは謝る。でも俺もクリスもみんながお前のことを大好きなんだ。そんなお前を助けたくてこの世界線にたどり着いたんだ。なのにお前が行ってしまったら俺は。
おか
いや、お前の気持ちは痛いほど分かってる。
ねえ、おかりんおじさん。
Hey, how's it going? And then Suzato
オペレー
softly
ションアー
spoke.
クライトが発動したんだよ。
オペレーションアークライト。
私が聞かされていた当初の計画とは違う。戻るのは去年の7月28日じゃなくて
What happened August 21st?
8月。
8月21日。
That was the day Suza had come in the time machine. Okay. The day I'd given up on everything.
そのオペレーションにはまゆ姉さんも必要なんだ。
Why?
未来の父さんから私はそう指示を受けた。ついさっき。
なんだって。
In the future, Daru would come up with an operation I knew nothing about, and he needed Mayuri for it. Her unexpected words sent my mind reeling.
おかり。
I just don't see how. And then Mayuri came close enough to me to hold me and grab my hand tight. She looked a little like she was about to cry, but her eyes were clear and bright.
マユリ。
行かせてね。マユシーもラボメンなんだよ。落ち込んじゃってる彦星さんをマユシーがひっぱたいてきてあげるから。お願い。
I remembered what was in the message. I remembered how she must feel right now. The last remnants of my hesitation slowly melted away.
俺一人で何もかも背負ってると勘違いしていたんだな。周りのことが見えてなかったんだな。マユリだけじゃない。俺の近くにはたくさんのラボメンたちがいるのにな。
おかり。
Yeah, Getty. Nothing like being shot. I suddenly feel a horrible pain in my leg as the shock knocked me several meters forward onto the ground. Get in the damn machine! I looked down at my leg and saw there's a red stain around the calf. It felt like it was on fire. Yeah, I'm not going to be walking anytime soon. The pain flared up each time my heart beat and I couldn't stand. Was I just shot?
お前、かがり。
You bitch! A girl in a motorcycle suit was standing there. I swear to God, you may look like Yuki, but I'm going to kill you like you're not. Kagari had a handgun in her hand, and in her lap she was holding what looked like a bomb. What the fuck? I mean, you could probably shoot her in the head and she'll still keep walking, though, because... reasons. There's no sign of the professor or the other men in camo. That much was fortunate, but Kagari had shown up a little earlier than I expected. I didn't quite plan for this, but evidently I'd run out of time.
スザーマシンに乗るんだ今すぐ飛べくだらないことを言って
Just
悪かった
move!
お前を守るためなら誰はどんなことでもやってのける
Stop fucking
失敗なん
around.
てするわけないよな
オカリンおじさん
だからマシンは無事に飛べるだろ
もちろん
In fact, there was no sign of anyone but Kagure showing up. That meant that Daru and Maho's efforts had been successful, and they'd kept the secrets of the time machine out strapped for its
前より
hand.
も行け早く
でもオカリンは
She was looking at my injured leg and panicked.
俺のことなら心配ない14年後までは絶対に死なないからな
Kagure fired again. The bullet struck less than 30 centimeters away from where I was lying on the ground. How did you miss? I'm not moving!
誰も動いちゃダメじゃないとその人を殺しちゃうよ
Why not shoot Suza?
マシンに乗らないでそれは教授に渡すのその後使い方を教えてもらってかがりが未来へ帰るのに使うんだから
構うなここは俺が何とかする早くしろ
Handle her.
スザーもだ係のことは俺に任せてくれていい
Sure.
分かったマヨネさん中へ
She's not gonna blow it up with Mayuri in it, so just get in. No. Suza pushed Mayuri inside the time machine out of my sight.
オカリンおじさんかがりのこと頼んだよ
了解だ
Suza followed Mayuri inside. And at the same time, the hatch started to close.
って言ってるのに降りてよ
How about you shut the fuck up? Kagure ran up to it. Just grab her. I forced myself to stand up, ignoring the piercing pain I blocked her way.
邪魔はさせないう
るさいどけ
No.
断る
No. If you were actually Yuki, I'd probably move, but get fucked. He had to kill me. Kagure kicked my injured leg and hard. Oh, that's a mean thing to do. The pain made me so dizzy I could hardly stand. Kagure slid past me and tried to grab onto the time machine. She was going to use the bomb in her hand. If she did, the things would turn out the same as last time. She's not going to. She's not going to kill Mayuri. My time leap would be wasted.
降りろじゃないと
You won't.
この爆弾でマシンを壊す
やめろ
I grabbed her from behind and wrapped my arms around hers. I pulled her away from the machine, ignoring the pain in my leg.
分かってるのかそんなことをすればお前の大事なママが死ぬんだぞ
でも私は
おとなしくしてくれ
Calm down.
頼
Okay.
むから
Mayuri tossed a hard drive to me from the completely closed hatch. What?
オカリこれ
What? What fell on the floor was the thing that Carissa had left behind for Maho. When did you get this?
これはクリスの
What?
どうして
I thought Russia
Totally.
had destroyed it. When did Mayuri pick it up? She wasn't with us.
父さんを怒らないでやってこれからのタイムマシン研究に必要なものだと思うから
He brought something here and kept it in the time machine? I could just barely hear Suza's voice from within the machine. So that was it. Daru had hid it in the time machine. Why didn't he hide, like, everything in here?
それじゃあオカリ行ってくるね
Well, I'll know if it works. If nothing changes, nothing worked. I could see Mayuri looking at me from the small gap in the door. That's right, it was a temporary goodbye. This doesn't look like a small gap. I'd see her again someday, right, Mayuri? So I would send off my brave lab mem to 002, with my head held high.
頼んだぞラボ面ナンバー00に椎名真由里オペレーションアークライトを完遂しろ情けないこの俺をひっぱたいてきてくれ
任せてオカリン私ねオカリンのこと大好き
あ
I smiled as the hatch sealed completely shut. The time machine started to roar. I felt like I heard a helicopter in the distance. But they shouldn't. Okay. I believed in him, but for now, I had no proof that Dara had been able to crack the complicated Amadeus system and delete every bit of data. It was possible that Special Forces team from all around the world were converging on Akihabara right now. Imagining that made me want to hurry. Quickly. Go quickly. I felt like praying as I watched the pale light surrounding the time machine. Kaguri's cry went unanswered. Hey look, they didn't die. A bright light covered the time machine and vanished from this world.
成功だ
Kaguri sobbed and glared at me with eyes full of hate.
どうして
Because you're crazy.
どうしてママを行かせた
She shook away my hands and pointed the gun in my head because she's gonna die. I stared her dread in the face.
君の素晴らしいママは鈴葉と一緒に世界をダメにしたバカな男を叱りに行ったんだこの世界のためにとっても大事なことをしてきてくれるんだ
Somehow I don't think Kakuri's really gonna care.
嘘だ
And I wish I was.
ママも鈴葉お姉ちゃんもかがりを置き去りにしていったんだ
To be fair, you ran out of the time machine on your own accord. If you hadn't, no one would have left you behind. I'm sure it was like, oh, there was actually the brainwashing that made her jump out of the time machine. So technically, you left yourself behind.
嘘じゃない俺も君がもっと幸せな場所で真由里と出会えるようにこれから頑張ってみる
It's going to be better than World War III.
だからもうやめにしよう
そんな話信じられない
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Just put the gun down.